Hi, this is Candy, professional organizer and owner of Order Your Steps. Today we're going to talk about mail, and we're going to start this conversation in my foyer. As you can see, this is my foyer, and this is my foyer table. What I will talk to you today about is the fact that for some reason, mail and my foyer table did not get along. And I'll explain to you why. Stay tuned. So here is the table in my foyer. And as you can see, this is usually the average amount of mail that we get every day. Magazines, some advertisements, some junk mail, and maybe a bill or two. Now, you may say that this would be a great place to keep your mail. It's right there at the front door, and it's somewhere to put your mail as soon as you come in. But for me, it just didn't work out that way, and I'll tell you why. Now, I don't have to tell you that mail comes every day. So, most likely by the end of the week, my mail pile would look something like this. Therefore, facing this clutter as you first walk in the door, for me, wasn't a good idea. Then I decided that I would just leave my husband's mail on the foyer table, because normally he'll overlook it and would never open it. But however, what would happen is he still wouldn't open it, or he would open it and still leave it on the foyer table. So obviously, this was not a good idea for me. So what I decided to do was to move my mail sort to my kitchen table. And the 3 or 4 key areas you need to be mindful of are your important papers, like maybe your bill or two. And yes, I do still get bills in the mail. Your junk mail, your credit card information, your advertisements, and your magazines. Okay, so that's how I basically sort the mail. Now, what happens next? I keep the bills and the important papers separate, and I'll let you know what I do with those later. Then we have the junk mail, the advertisements, and the magazines, and they all go in one pile, and I'll tell you where they go. Then we have the credit card offers, which I set aside so that they can be shredded. So then I have a basket where I keep all my recycle for the advertisements, the junk mail, the newspapers, the magazines that they pick up once a week. And then I have a little trash can over here that I use for my shredding. Now keep in mind, this system may not work for you, but for me, all my important papers, especially my bills, I sort in this little area right here. Now this one happens to be in my bedroom, but again, it can be in your office or in your den, wherever you pay your bills. But I sort them by date, and then I have an area maybe for medical bills and other miscellaneous information that I may need during the week. And for me, I keep a calendar of when my bills are due, and you'll see highlights and things of that sort, so that I can actually go to my calendar, look and see what's due. These are already in date order, so then I pull out the appropriate bill and I pay it before the due date. So now, let's summarize. Well, we're back at my foyer, and as you can see, this is the way I like to keep my foyer table. It's an ideal place, however, for the keys, because it's right there at the entrance, and if I am faithful in putting them on this table, as soon as I walk in from the garage, I'll be able to find them when I'm ready to go back out. So, let's wrap up. Now I've explained to you the process for handling your mail. And although the process in its entirety may not work for you, there are a few key points that I really want you to remember. 1, sort your mail when you first walk in the door. Don't lay it down, don't leave it, you may even be tired, but take the time to sort your mail. It'll only take a moment. If you don't, the mail will continue to accumulate. Trust me. 2nd, when you sort your mail, sort it in these various categories. 1 being your important papers or your bills, and yes, I still get bills in the mail. 2nd, your advertisements, your newspaper, your magazines, things that you're not going to read, your junk mail. Lastly, those credit card offers. Make sure you separate all of those credit card offers, things that may have your credit card number and or account numbers. Okay, so now we want to put all the advertisements, the junk mail, the old newspapers, the magazines into the recycle. Okay, then secondly, we want to make sure that we set aside those items which need to be shredded. Put them in a bin by themselves and take a moment once a week or so to do all your shredding. Don't let that accumulate either. And then lastly, put your important papers, your bills, things that you need to act on wherever you do your paperwork, where you pay your bills, where your computer is, whatever that spot is in your home, that's where you would leave those papers. I hope this has been helpful. If you need my help, please give us a call and order your steps. And I hope you have an absolutely marvelous, awesome day.